Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
Hello, hello. I can hear you. A little bit of, a lot of noise in the background. Maybe a little bit too much gain on it.
That can be fixed.
So how are you doing this week?
Doing better. Closer and closer to getting my home.
Oh, good, good, good.
Is that better?
Yes, that's better. Hear you loud and clear.
Well, we're down a guy.
Yeah, we know that Rookie's not going to be here with his wife. He seemed kind of uncertain last week how long this was going to keep him out. So I thought, well, before I rush right out and try to find somebody else, we'll wait, give him a few weeks to figure out what's going on and whether he's going to not be able to join this on an ongoing basis or whether they find out it's something that, oh, okay, well, we won't keep him out for very long.
That's fair. I just hope she gets better. That sucks.
Oh, yeah. Scary, scary times. And when people are having to go to the ER and they're like, well, we don't know what's going on. That's almost worse than having to go to the ER in the first place.
Right. I might as well just stay in my bed and die if that was the case.
Yeah, really. It's like, come on.
Like, what do we pay doctors for? So how's your week been, man?
Oh, it's been crazy busy. Lots of stuff going on at work to kick the year off. A few big projects going on, rollouts and things. So that's kept me going. I was up until like 11 o'clock last night working on something for work. And then, but I do have Monday off, so that's good.
Yeah. I've been off since Wednesday. I took off
nice.
Wednesday night. Yeah. I took off Wednesday night. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to work. My boss was there. It's like, yeah, I'm not going in. And then I'm off Thursday and Friday. So I was like, good. I need a 3-day break every once.
Yeah. So now, did Dorzaphir, was he one of the people that got one of the potions of healing from the midwife?
I did.
Okay. Let me go ahead and do this. Okay. In your journal now, you should see a potion of healing. This particular game comes with some handouts. So.
Oh, okay.
I was looking to make sure that sending stones were in there once we figure out who has those. And then I saw, oh, they also have the potion of healing. So figure for everybody who's got one, I'll just drop it in their journal. That way, if you need to use it, you've got a quick reference on what it does. Hello, hello.
Oh, you didn't know? Hello.
Hey, hey.
Hey.
And how's Vern doing this evening?
Okay. You got a headache over there? This weather is killing me.
Ah.
Tell me about it.
Like for about a week. Well, we have exactly the same weather because he's
like 5 miles apart.
Yeah.
Y'all are complaining about weather. Come to Tennessee.
That's what I'm planning on doing. What's wrong with Tennessee?
If you don't like the weather, stay around 5 minutes. We have every season in a week. Like literally 2 nights ago, it was below freezing. Now it's about to be in the 60s coming, I think, this week. And rainy.
Yeah, it's been anywhere from the 40s to the 70s here, which is cold for a lot of people. I spent about 8 years living just outside of Minneapolis, so this is very balmy. Hey, James.
Hello.
How are you doing, sir?
Good. How about yourself?
Doing well, doing well. We are just talking about the weather.
Oh, nice.
Okay. And I can go ahead and kill the music. So we have 8 o'clock, and let's see. Well, we'll give a couple of minutes for other people to jump in. James, Vernon, and Michael. Did Finn and Abinadom, do you guys both have, or do your characters both have potions of healing?
I have 2, I believe.
So.
Because I received one from what's her name from Umbridge, and then I purchased one before we left town to have as an extra in case I ever needed my owl bandit to luckily deliver it to somebody in need.
Okay.
Sitting on one.
Okay. I am going to go ahead and add one to Finn as well. All right. So in your journals now, all 3 of you should have a potion of healing. And that's just a quick reference thing in case you guys need to use it. 2d4 plus 2 points of damage or points of healing if you get hurt.
Well, his healing potion did the opposite thing.
And I don't think we settled last week on who was going to get the sending stones quite yet. So
no, we didn't say a word about it.
Okay, there's a handout in this game for those as well. So as soon as we figure out who's going to have each of those stones, I'll give each of those PCs a copy of that handout.
Yeah,
Again,
I didn't realize. Yeah, I didn't realize we had earned them yet, or you hadn't talked about it yet.
Yeah, well, we haven't. Yeah, we haven't talked about it. You guys slew the monsters, found a bit of treasure, and I guess this is a good enough time to go ahead and get started while we wait for other folks to join us. It is Thursday evening. It's a few minutes after 8 o'clock. I am DM Gallibond. And so far this evening, I'm joined by Vernon playing Finn, by James playing Abinadom, and by Michael playing Dorzaphir. We'll be waiting to see who else joins us. And this is session 4 of the Dragon of Icespire Peak. I always want to say Icespire Keep, but it's Icespire Peak. And last time we met our intrepid heroes, they were at the site of a Dwarven archaeological excavation. I'll go ahead and move our map over to that. And they had been in this big room here, and they had fought and destroyed 2 ochre jellies. And then over here by this pillar, they had discovered a secret door. And when they opened that, a bunch of skulls came clattering out. And they also discovered a little, I believe it was a little alabaster box. And when they opened it, it was filled with gems. And there are 15 small gems, various colors, and each of them are worth 10 gold pieces. So you've got 150 gold pieces worth of gems, and you have and so far that's the treasure you actually have in your hands.
Outrageous. Truly, truly, truly outrageous.
My wife would love you.
And the 2 dwarves have come in, and the 2 dwarves are Daslin and Norbus, and they're both, very interested in.
Did we lose somebody?
I think somebody dropped and then rejoined. Yeah, it looks like everybody's here, so I think somebody dropped and rejoined. Is what happened. Oh, and somebody just dropped again.
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay. Yep. James, you having connection issues?
It was showing me still connected. I thought someone else had dropped off, but I couldn't hear anybody, so I just hung up and redialed in. So I'm not sure what happened.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that is very strange. Okay. Still kind of finishing up the recap here. Daslin and Norbus, the 2 dwarven archaeologists, they're very interested in what you found. They're curious to look at the gems, and after they see that there's no real archaeological markings or anything like that that's on them, they figure that, well, you guys killed the ochre jellies, so why don't you guys keep those? Because we are under the impression that there is some real treasure here that will help us to better understand the cult of this, the cult of Abathor, which is this dwarven god of greed. They were a little bit freaked out by all the skulls and the implication that possibly the cult had practiced sacrifice of sentient beings, but they're still very interested in what they might discover. They're also very interested that you all have uncovered 2 secret doors, one over here and one over here. And so they are quite interested in starting to explore those. So I say, do you all have any preference on which door we look at first?
So I have a DM question.
Sure, go ahead.
So first question. So we revealed those doors on investigation checks. Abinadom has a passive investigation check of 16. Would that have revealed anything else?
No, secret doors are in this edition. There's there is a DC for secret doors, and ones that are really shoddily done. Yeah, you will just like casually notice. Oh, there's like a seam on that wall. Let me go check
Sure.
that out. But the ones that are made to be secret doors, by really expert craftsmen, usually have a very high threshold to find. And this is in a dwarven temple made by dwarves, which are regarded by most of the races as among the best stonemasons in all of the Forgotten Realms. If they wanted to keep it hidden, you would really have to look hard to find
Okay.
that.
And the second question is, as I recall, it took us about a day to get here, maybe a little bit less than a day. So do we have a time? What time it is right now?
Yeah, in fact, when we got here, it was around 5 o'clock in the afternoon on the same day that you left Phandalin, because you left maybe mid-morning or whatnot, and you had some refreshments, drank a cup of dwarven ale with the two dwarves, and then said, well, let's go look around before we have a long rest. But the idea, I believe, that people were thinking about, at least at the beginning of last session, is that you would spend one night here, then go deal with the gnomes, and then head back to Phandalin. So I think that was the initial plan. Now, if you guys want to change that up, it's D&D, and you guys can change that up if you wish.
So it's about 6 o'clock right now, give or take.
Yeah,
5:30ish, 6 o'clock.
Probably 5:30ish, because combat's usually every round
pretty
of
quick.
combat is like 6 seconds. So
Sure.
even if it takes us an hour of real time to work through several rounds, it's usually half a minute.
Bryuku is trying to get in. I think he's trying to sound check it the way he's acting.
No. I'm
That's
just wanting.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, it's you. Well, who is?
I'm Abinadom.
Were you? No, somebody was flashing on the roll 20.
Wasn't me.
Not me.
Okay. So what was I seeing?
I don't know. But can I check this door that I'm in front of?
You sure can, Dorzaphir.
Nice.
Now that you guys know that it's there, you can see the cleverly concealed handle. It's a mechanism that it looks like you push it in a little bit and then it can turn. And when you do, it reveals a passageway beyond. And so I'm going to go ahead and reveal a little bit of that passageway. That passageway goes down here. And then, let's see, then it heads down this way. And on over here and back to here.
Passageway.
Hey, you guys, there's a way over here we need to go.
Oh,
is it lit?
That's a good question.
No. There's no lighting in there. For those of you who are human, you would probably want to take a torch or something, or a lantern. For the dwarves and the elves who have dark vision, you can probably see part of the way, at least, with the light spilling in from.
Can I go over here real quick and grab a stone and throw it down the hallway to make sure there's no traps?
You sure can.
What would be the roll for that? Because I'm just curious, guys. I just don't hope I don't want to walk down a blind hallway and something just trap us.
So my
go ahead.
Well, my question, guys, is there's only 3 of us right now. Do we? I guess we're gonna march forward, but I have dancing lights, so I can light that column up or that hallway up pretty easily.
I wanted a Bud Light.
Don't have a Bud Light.
But heavy.
Yeah, you can. Well, both of you can do exactly what you want if you wish. Dorzaphir, taking a stone and tossing it down, I would just say roll me a d20 and just don't roll a 1. Basically,
Okay.
a 1 would mean you drop the rock instead of tossing it. Okay. All right. So where are you aiming? This is like down here somewhere or something like that?
Yeah, just down the hallway. So like down like here.
Okay. Yeah. It clatters off the wall and bounces on the floor and, just comes to rest. And there's no apparent traps and nothing comes rushing out of the dark at you.
Seems safe so far, gents.
I will.
I'm very curious what's down here, says Norvis.
There we go. That works for me.
And
I can see.
Yeah,
so
and
I'm gonna cast dancing lights like way up ahead too. I can throw. I throw 4 lights as far as I can down the hallway.
Okay, well, it's probably what is the range on that? Dancing lights is 120 feet, and that's probably going to be line of sight. So initially, you can probably put it there. Yeah, there, and then as you move up and you can see around the corner, you can then move it further. So,
Well,
yeah.
I want to be last, so I'll try to follow.
Okay.
As soon as we get around the corner, I can shoot that light way up ahead.
Okay. Well, Norvis comes down here and says, "Oh, this is very interesting." And so then we will reveal more of this area here. And all the way to there. So, as we go, there's a door here. And when you open that door, you can actually see the back side. So I should go ahead and change this. You can see the back side of a secret door. Oh, come on.
Backside of a secret door.
Yeah. Let's see.
I take it someone had very much fun making this place.
Yeah, if it wasn't super old, I'd be worried about now.
You get a door. You get a door. Oh, wait, and you get a door.
So there's a door here that then goes back into this room, a secret door here. And then there's a door at the end of the hallway. So now Norvis will look back and say, well, I'm not sure if I want to open that door at the end of the hall. Is one of you game for it? And Dazzlin will come on down the hallway as well and join you guys. Okay, Dorzaphir, you're gonna.
If I notice anything about the door, keyhole, makeup of the door.
No, this one looks like a this door here and this door here look practically identical in terms of their size and shape and make. They're both stone doors. about 6 feet tall. The corridors are around 8 feet tall, and the doors are about 6 feet tall. So, you know, some humans may have to duck a little bit to get in. Some elves may have to duck a little bit to get in there, but clearly it's, going to be fine for any dwarves to get through there. And it doesn't appear to have any kind of locking mechanism on it, just a handle that you would twist to open it.
I want to knock on the door first.
Okay. You go out there and knock on the door.
I'm gonna put my ear to the door and listen.
I'm going to knock on the door. You're a horrible door. Nobody likes you. You shouldn't even be here. How old are you? I'm knocking on the door.
Finn.
And the door does not answer.
I didn't expect it to say hello.
Well, sometimes they do.
Well, okay. Well, it's not a mimic. No, I just want to listen to see if there's anything moving behind the.
You don't hear any sounds of movement.
Okay, I open the door.
Open the door, and in the door you see a partially collapsed room. It looks like part of this room collapsed in the whatever it was that buried the little settlement outside, and there's nothing really of any obvious value in here. And the two dwarves will come in and they will look around, and they will seem a bit disappointed. Oh, well, we were hoping maybe we would find some.
Can I do an investigation check?
Sure.
All right.
Anybody else want to be doing anything while he is investigating here?
I'm gonna go back right here into this hallway and see how to open this other secret door.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Why is this not?
We got rubble here. We got rubble there. We got
Rubble
a
over
secret
here,
door.
rubble over there, rubble everywhere.
Barney.
All right. I'm
Dorzaphir,
trying.
at the door you're at, there's a very obvious handle on this side to turn and open, and you're pretty sure it's going to lead you back into that temple where you were, but the only way to know for sure is to actually open it.
Oh, that stinks.
10-4.
So Abinadom, yeah, you don't find anything.
My passive investigation is 16 though. But
yeah, you
Once again,
neither your passive nor your
I can't do any better now.
Yeah, and the two dwarves are over here looking around, and they're like, "Well, perhaps if we dug this rubble out, we might find something, but it clearly doesn't seem like, at least to them, doesn't seem like there's anything." And Dorzaphir, yeah, you're pretty sure they're probably right. There's probably not anything there. And then Norbus will
This
come.
way.
Yeah.
Wow, you went through that door pretty quick.
Yeah, Norbus will go over there and will excitedly call Dazzlin over. Oh, look at the architecture on this door. You see the handles from this side. Clearly, this would be a way that somebody participating in ceremonies might come in and enter the sanctuary through some unseen method. Maybe they had braziers with smoke, and somebody could appear as though walking through a cloud of smoke or something. Oh yes, that would be quite fascinating. And they, start talking about all kinds of.
As they're getting
classier-
like their nerdgasms going on, over the architecture. I want to get this door open over here.
Okay, very similar to the one you found back over here. There's once you know what to look for, there's a little uh, hidden pan or a little hidden depression that you push in, and then it reveals a way of twisting and opening the door. And at this point, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and put on here. You now have advantage to find secret doors in Dwarven excavation.
Nice.
Because you've now seen several. You've now seen 3 doors, and on the side that's a secret door, they all operate the same way. Because when you were looking at the other side of this door that you came through from the hall, you see that it operates exactly the same as this door and this door here. So now you guys kind of all know what to look for.
Hey guys,
tunnel.
these doors all open the same.
So I will go ahead and open this for you. And what you see going in here is you see there is a tunnel that seems to wrap around the back of the temple area. And there's some debris that has fallen here on the south side. It hasn't completely choked off the passage, but it's made it kind of narrow. Oops, and the other part of this tunnel is over here. So yes.
Who wants to go first?
I could send Bandit in if we want to take a look.
I'm game.
All right, just someone just stand next to me while I zone out, and my dancing lights are going to extinguish.
Okay.
So Bandit might not be able to. Well, actually,
Yeah,
can I connect through Bandit and still maintain my dancing lights?
What is?
Because the dancing
your
lights
dancing
is
light
is
is
yeah,
concentration.
concentration, yeah.
Now, what is your? Let's just double check with looking through your familiar and see if that's also concentration. If it's not concentration,
It's
then
not.
you-
It's not a concentration spell.
well, it's an
Oh,
ability, and some of these things are. Okay, familiar. Okay, let's just take a look. Okay. Okay. Additionally, as an action, you can see through familiar's eyes and hears what it hears until the start of your next turn, gaining the benefits of any special senses that the familiar has. So your familiar does have, I believe your owl does have dark vision.
It has dark vision up to 120 feet. So I guess.
Yeah. So you, so it doesn't say it's concentration.
But it will still need a little bit of light, or no?
It needs some light, but if you like open this secret door here all the way, then there's light spilling in from the torches in this temple area. So
Okay.
it'll basically have shadowy light until probably it gets like to around here. And then
Okay.
maybe if you wanted it to have light, somebody would have to take a light source down and
or can I send if I stand here by the door? Let's see.
Yeah, you could send.
You said it's line of sight, right?
You're looking through your owl's eyes.
Okay, so I'm gonna send.
So yeah,
I'm gonna send some lights down here at the end, and I'm gonna just send Bandit through, and I'm looking through Bandit's eyes as he flies through here.
Okay. He flies around here. He gets I'm just gonna move him for a minute.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. He goes over here, and whoops.
Rose.
He just
And he grows. Oh, come on. All right. Dadgummit. Okay, so oh, that's not the way you do that. This is the way you do that. Set dimensions.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So, he will come up here, and then when you get over here, you can see that there is the backside of a secret door on this side as well.
Okay, and if I do there's nothing. I don't see anything there then, right? I don't see anything clearly. I can see that the hallway is empty.
Correct. There doesn't appear to be any kind of.
Okay, I'll bring Al back, and I trance out, and I tell my party, we didn't see anything. It looks like the hallway's clear. So if we want to go in there and inspect a little bit closer, we can, but there appears not to be any surprises, monsters or humanoids visible.
Okay. And then Norbus says, Daslin, I wonder. And now that you announced that, Daslin goes over here and very quickly discovers the mechanism to open this secret door. And Norbus says, Daslin, I wonder, if you come back here and you look, we have a hole going this way and a hole going this way. And this one is choked with rubble. And then we have a symmetrical pattern around the back of the temple. I'm curious, do you think there's symmetry in the whole layout of this place? Dazzlin says, oh, I don't know. Dorzaphir, if you want to do a check, you can get you can get advantage on doing the either perception or investigation, since you know what you're looking for.
16.
Okay. With a 16 investigation, which is a perception is trying to see if something is there. An investigation is once you're pretty sure something is there, really minutely looking closely at it and trying to find anything. With a 16 investigation, that's just enough to be able to discern. Whoops, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put you into the wall there.
Well, there you go.
Just enough.
I rolled perception just in case.
Okay. Well, the perception wouldn't quite have done it. Yeah. Unless you take advantage on that and roll that perception again.
Okay. Maybe be a higher number.
Yep. Yeah, no.
That's weird. Yeah. Wow.
Exactly the same thing. Okay. All right. So yeah, with that, you notice that there is exactly this. Oh goodness! Now, why does it do that?
Secret floor.
It's really weird. There's something goofy with these markers, because if you move them from the if you move them from the GM layer to the, then you try to move them to the map layer, and they don't show up, and so you have to copy one that's already on the map layer and then move it. So that's very strange. I don't know why it's doing that. That's kind of a weird thing. All right, so over here, you open up this area here. Oh, well, okay. I probably shouldn't have shown you this, but I'll show it to you now. So there you go. There is, in fact, a secret door, and it looks like there's part of a collapsed tunnel here that maybe does meet up with this collapsed tunnel here. And then there's a door here that goes into an area that does look like it maybe mirrors this room here.
So who wants to go first?
It's in the elves first.
All right. I'll go take a look.
Okay. And of course.
And I've got my dancing lights again, so
okay.
I can see.
Yeah, dwarves will be right behind you, and they'll go up. And actually, because nothing jumped out at them, or at you guys in the other room, Norbus will just run here, open the door, and charge in. And Dazzlin's not far behind. And entering this area here, you do in fact see that there's actually furniture in here. So there's the remains of three beds are in here. The 3 stone bed frames are against the east wall, and so against the back wall here. Whoops, I'm sorry. Against the back wall here and here. But they, all of the mattresses and other things have all long rotted away. And other than the actual stone bed frames themselves, there doesn't appear to be anything.
I'll do an investigation check.
Okay. Oh! Got it in 1.
Blackjack.
Okay.
Blackjack.
Yeah. So, what you notice is that over here, there is a secret door.
Oh, okay.
Right here.
Now it's getting interesting.
You're telling me.
So you're
So I tell my party there's a secret door at the far end of this room.
Norbus is like, oh, this is very exciting. Perhaps we are getting closer to the treasure chamber. And Dazzlin says, oh yes, it would be wonderful if we could find the treasure chamber. Now, the worshippers of Abathor are said to be great hoarders of treasure. It would be wonderful to find where they kept their cachet and see what it might be.
Can I go up to the door and see if I hear anything on the other side?
Yes, you may. Go ahead. Okay, let's see. You have that. All right. You listen. You listen. and the silence of the grave answers you. There's nothing that you can hear beyond the door.
Okay, it sounds very silent, deathly silent past this door.
Why don't you have a crack at it? Open it up.
Anyone with a little bit more hit points want to go first?
I don't think anybody has more hit points.
That's the problem.
They're
All right.
sleeping.
I'm at 18.
Yeah, I'm at 14.
You have one more.
So we're all about the same.
Well, let's have Dazzlin and Norbus go ahead. And Norbus, Dazzlin, do you want to try the door and seek out your treasure?
Oh, and Norbus says,
Sorry, that's great.
Now, show me how that mechanism works again, Dorzaphir.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to
so
stand over here a minute.
Sure, I'll show you how the door opens.
So you point it out, and oh yes, okay.
I'm standing back here, and I'm detailing how to open the door from where my character's at.
All right, and so they open the door,
Oh.
and you see a room. And this room looks like a vestry of some sorts. An empty stone font juts out of the southwest wall. A stone wardrobe against the east wall is closed. And so Norbus excitedly says, Dazzlin, we found something. Come here.
Oh.
And Dazzlin comes running in, and they very excitedly go to the stone wardrobe, and they open it, and inside are the rotted remains of 2 suits of red leather armor. And they say, that is part of what the stories say. The stories say that the priests of Abathor always dressed in red leather armor. It was his color. Red was Abathor's color, and leather was the color of the cut purse. And so they always used red leather in their ceremonies.
Can I do a history check to see if I know anything more about that or any?
I was reading your mind because I was going to say, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if I'm familiar with any of my learnings of what they're talking about. If I also want to see, what kind of, magic or dark magic they may have done as well.
Sure. Both of you can make history checks if you wish to see what you know about. And in fact, if Finn wants to, he can do that as well. Because Finn's probably heard a lot of stories about different things.
Red leather.
Yeah. Finn is distracted by the thoughts of women he has met in taverns who look really good in leather armor. And he's thinking about those and thinking about the stories he would tell them. And then it's like, oh, no, that's not what we're here for. And
What?
Abinadom and Dorzaphir.
You got no motivations, bro.
Well, the stories come later.
No, that's not what comes later. Anyway.
Okay, all right. So Dorzaphir and Abinadom, you've just heard the vaguest bits about Abathor. Not really, clearly these two dwarves here know more information that you guys have heard. Is basically knew that Abathor was the name of a dwarven god, and Dorzaphir, you thought he had something to do with treasure, but you wouldn't have been surprised to learn that he was like the god of goldsmiths, but now learning that he's a god of apparently a dwarven god that has to do something with theft or greed, and definitely the whole living sacrifice thing is a new one on you. So yeah, that's
Gotcha.
and then there is a door over here. And if anyone hesitates, Dazzlin will run over and say, "Oh, well, since since Norbus opened the last door, I'll open this one." And
Yeah, that's the way we do it.
yep. And when the door is opened, okay,
Typing is happening.
there is a. Hey, welcome, Wesley. How you doing?
But he's not making any sounds on the Discord.
Oh, oops. Okay.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. All right. Good. Glad you could join us.
Apologize for being-
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. They're sort of figuring out what's in the rest of this temple now that they've gone through, and they've gotten the two dwarven archaeologists extremely excited now that they've started finding some secret doors that they can investigate. There's a door here, choked off hallway, and really, other than the rubble at this end of the hall and the smooth stone wall at this end and the door over here, there's nothing remarkable about this area. And so Dazzlin comes in and heads down to this end here and starts poking around the rubble and seems a little bit disappointed that there's nothing there. Yeah, the grid on the grid on Roll20 and the grid on the actual map don't line up completely well, so unfortunately.
Ta-da!
Yep.
Coming from another DM, I know how aggravating that is.
Yeah. Okay, so what do we want to do here?
Push forward.
Look at that rubble. It's getting. There's either something imminent here or there's nothing here.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay, Finn, what you can tell from the pattern of the rubble is you can tell that it looks like this is choked off and it probably could be cleared and the passageway probably does continue, but it would take a long time. And you guys weren't contracted to be laborers clearing out tunnels. So what you all want to do about that is going to be completely up to you. But if you point that out to either Dazzlin or Norbus, they would both be incredibly excited, and it would feel like they now have a new purpose for renewed exploration. As for Norbus, Norbus just seems to really be overcome and cannot help himself. He's got to open this door across the hall and see what's in this area. So he just rushes in and opens that door to reveal this area here. And in that area, you finally find something The first thing beyond the main temple that you have uncovered that seems of significance, there is under the rubble here in the southern wall where the stones collapsed. Half buried in the rubble is the skeleton of a dwarf wearing rotted red leather armor. And there's the glint of something silvery on a chain around the dwarf's neck.
Can I, I don't want to use one of my spell slots, but I could do detect magic on that, but it'll take me 10 minutes.
Okay. Well, Norbus excitedly yells, "Dazzlin, quick, come here, come here." And so Dazzlin does, and they start chattering and pointing, and pretty soon one of them reaches down and grabs this little necklace and pulls it over the head of
Stop.
Too bad. They've already pulled it off, and they're excitedly looking and pointing, and they turn around and they hold it up and they say, "It's a holy symbol of Abathor." And what you see on the end of the silver chain is a tiny jeweled dagger. And that apparently is the holy symbol of this Abathor. And there's actually some runes on it. And Dazzlin looks at the runes, reads them, and says,
Don't. I don't think
is this what you expected, Norbus? And Norbus looks at it and says, "Well, that was one of the things we had heard, but I thought maybe that was something that the laity said. But this surely is a priest. If they truly had their belief about this deity." And Dazzlin says, "Apparently so." And then Norbus turns and holds the little holy symbol up and says, "Look, it says right here, greed is good." And so that is apparently one of the sayings of this cult of Abathor, is a deity that is all about greed. And everybody can go ahead and make me an insight check if you want to.
My rolls are horrible tonight.
Coming back. Here's a screen. Insight check.
Okay. Gorrim, Dorzaphir, and Finn. All three of you have noticed, since the time you met these two dwarves outside, who seemed like genial archaeologists interested in uncovering history, the longer you have been going around in here and the more you found secret doors, the more they are acting like people who are slowly being overcome by greed. And now you don't know if, and none of you are feeling any, you're not looking around at other people saying, "Oh, that looks fancy. That looks shiny. You know, you're not feeling any kind of sense like that yourself. Not even Gorrim. So, you know, it. You don't know why, but it clearly seems to be affecting these two. You can tell by the amount of rubble that's in here and the amount of work that had to have been done to clear that whole area outside. You can tell that these people have been around here probably for quite a while, probably for a few weeks working. So you don't know, maybe it's something about the length of time they've been here, or maybe it was something about them that drew them to this place in the first place. But these two clearly seem to be bitten by some sort of desire to find whatever's in here, and they both continually return to this area, and they start saying, "Well, now I wonder how long will it take us to remove all these stones and see what lays in there. If there's a treasury, and if there's some sort of artifacts, it must be through here. Oh yes, it must be through there. Oh, this is terribly exciting, terribly exciting." And Finn, if you're there, you notice that the two of them, they'll go and they'll look at that, and then they will actually start to head back over here into this room, and they'll start to just like whisper to each other, you know, like they're talking about, you know, maybe what they might do, and they want to do that sort of away from the prying ears of other people. And you know, they smile at all of you, you know, congenially, like they have been before, but they're just like they really now seem kind of obsessed with this area over here. You're not sure whether that's a healthy obsession or an unhealthy obsession or what.
I whisper to my comrades, I think we should leave these two and get some proof from them that we warned them, and get our 2 stones and leave. Although I don't know, I guess I can't perceive their ulterior motives, right?
With the insight check that you had, no, but
I'm clueless.
Yeah, they're now very extremely excited. Abinadom, as something of a scholar yourself, you know, you've felt the rush of excitement when you have felt like you were close to a discovery. So that seems perfectly natural that, oh, now they're kind of closer than they had thought to what might be a cache of relics or artifacts or something. So of course that would be, it's perfectly natural to be excited by that.
Something
Just
tells
like
me, fellas, this is a wild goose chase.
Okay. Shall we go then?
And they say, now we're so thankful that you helped us find these secret doors and dealt with those ochre jellies. Now we did promise to give you the sending stones, and we will honor that promise. But tell us again, what was it that drew you out here? Why were you here in the area?
Well, Halia Thornton from the Miners Exchange in Fandalen asked us to come and warn you of a dragon in the area.
A dragon.
Yes.
And they look at each other and they say, "Oh, dragons are very greedy, aren't they?" "Yes, dragons are very greedy." "Oh, and certainly a dragon would want this treasure." Oh yes, dragon would very much want this treasure. Well then, we must see to the defense of this place. Uh, now you go and you tell Alia that we are going to defend this place to make sure that the dragon cannot get in here and cannot get Abathor's relics. We will make sure they are secured. Yes, that's what we'll do. We will stay here and make sure that the
Wait a minute. This whole thing doesn't make sense, guys. One thing, in order to know that there has to be the dragon has to know that the treasure is here, right? So, like, he has to come in and walk around the place. You follow what I'm saying? And then he's got to come back and squeeze through these hallways and into that little tunnel we've been squeezing into so that he could get the treasure.
And then Norbus looks at you and says, well, excuse me, sir. I mean, I know you're only a human, but have you been living under a rock? Don't you know that dragons can take on any guise that they wish to take on? In fact, they could very well look like an adventurer if they wanted to.
Okay, so they could get through. But how would they find out there was treasure here?
Well, maybe if the dragon sent spies to see where treasures are. And then the two of them, they look at each other and they start to get very scared. And they're like, I think it's best if you all just go ahead and we will, if you cannot travel tonight, we will let you stay on the porch. But I think it's wise if you all just leave the temple now. Yes, I think that's very wise.
Leave them to their fool's errand.
One thing. We got to get a
Yes.
look on if these guys are... Hold on. Not you. I had talked to the mage a minute.
Abinadom? Okay,
Yeah. Right here.
All right.
Go ahead.
They're acting crazy. They're not the same. They were these little dwarfs, and they're still little, but now they're like, I want, and they start opening the doors when we're supposed to be opening doors. Then they're rushing into the places first. And now they're getting paranoia. We need to check if these guys are being controlled. How do we find out if somebody's being controlled?
I guess I can do an Arcana check, maybe.
Yeah, maybe you might be able to do an Arcana check. Now, if you did a detect magic, I think you said earlier you were gonna.
We can do. Yeah, we can do
magic,
that.
and you could see if they were being affected by any spells or anything like that.
Do I have 10 minutes to do that, or?
Because they will, if you all start to make your way out, they will kind of shepherd you along to make sure that you're going, and they will tell you that the which you believe is true from what you observed last week. They will tell you that the sending stones are in their packs outside, and they want to get those for you and make sure that you get what you earned. They told you they would give those to you, and they seem very insistent on making sure that they honor an agreement that they made with you.
Okay, I stay within 30 feet of them while we are doing that.
Okay, well, you will have to get somewhere that you can kind of sit down and stay put. So if you guys are going to spend the evening outside, you probably want to get out to the porch area, and they will go ahead and they will follow you all out.
They're
Yeah.
following us out. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Better than Hylan's doing right now.
Yeah. Hylan is he's over with the Dwarven ale. He's really enjoying that. And Gorrim, are you gonna head on and back out with the rest of them as well?
Gorrim will be drinking.
Okay, so that sounds like Gorrim will be heading out as well. Okay, I'll just go ahead and move you out to the.
If there's folks if they're drinking
Yeah.
Dwarven ale, Gorham's drinking him some Dwarven ale.
Okay, so they will come on out with you as well, and they seem visibly happier when they see you all out here, and they will raise a glass with you, raise a mug with you all, and sit there and tell you some stories that they've learned about, about Abathor and the people that lived here and some of the interesting things that they found. And they'll, make sure that you all have food. If you don't, they've got some extra rations that you can join with them in having some dinner. And Abathor or Abinadom, that gives you plenty of time to do your spell. So you go ahead and cast your spell, and you focus on them, and there's no magical aura around them. So if there's a paranoia that they have, it doesn't seem to be magical in nature.
And nothing with the with that necklace or chain that they put over their
No,
neck?
it just appears to be like a mundane holy symbol. I mean, like
Okay.
you've known priests of Coralon that are elves, or priests of Moradin that are dwarves. They have the holy symbol, and the holy symbol may be blessed by a cleric, but in and of itself, it's not actually a magical item, but it helps the cleric to focus their divine, their divine energies. Just like with you as a wizard, you might have a staff or something that your focus doesn't. It's not really a magical weapon, but it helps you focus your magical energies to do your spell casting.
All right. So I whisper to my party out of earshot, just to not worry our new dwarven friends, that I didn't detect anything. There's appears to be no magic funny business going on.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now you do notice something, and I'll just give this to you as you all are kind of hanging out here for the evening. You do notice that there's there's kind of a dust here, and at first it seems to you like it's just a normal sort of pulverized earth dust, but you realize at some point during the evening that actually what it is, it's extremely fine, very light layer of some kind of spores, of some sort of fungus. And it just appears to be naturally occurring in this whole area. And
Can
it's
we do a nature check?
Yeah, sure. And it appears to be outside in the canyon. It also appears to be inside in the ruins as well. Yeah, Abinadom.
It's not my night.
Spores. Yeah.
It's not my night.
Me neither.
Dorzaphir. Yeah. You know the only thing you know, Dorzaphir, is that this is not good for brewing any kind of tea. Finn. Yeah, these particular spores don't ring any sort of a bell to you. Did you want to try a nature check, Gorrim, and see if anything, made any sense to you with what these spores might be?
Did we lose him? Oh.
No, he's there. He's typing.
He's too drunk. Okay. All right. So, if you guys want to, you could, grab a little bit of that and put it in a pouch or something and take it back with you. Maybe have, that the midwife is a alchemist, so she might be able to look at it and derive.
I'll collect a little bit of that.
Okay.
And,
all right. Well, after a few cups of ale and some dinner, these two will come back in here, and they will lay out their bedrolls in this passageway, and they will very clearly choose this area right here where they are blocking the both the entry into the temple and the entry into both of these side passageways.
Did we get the stones from them? Did we already?
Oh yeah. Which is a good thing. So it's sending stones is a pair. It's a matched pair, and whoever has one can use the sending spell once a day to send a message of up to 25 words to the person that has the other stone, and then that person can respond back. And so either person can initiate once per day, and it will allow a message and a return message.
All right.
So
I'll take them and hold on to them if no one objects.
Okay. Or do we want to give one to one character and one to the other character, or do we want to figure out maybe the party will have one and then somebody at Phandalin would have one?
Dorzaphir, you're our rogue, right?
Yeah.
So how about I'll take one and you take one, because one of the new spells I've learned is invisibility. And that might come in handy as soon as I'm able to prepare it at some point.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so what I will do is I will go over here and I will take the sending stones and I will put one into Abinadom's and one into Dorzaphir's journal. So now you two guys should have the item for the sending stones.
And what's the distance on those? How far? What's the range? How far away can we be from each other?
Sending spell. The sending spell range is unlimited as long as you're on the same plane. Actually, even if you're on other planes of existence. Wow. But if you're on other planes of existence, you need to roll percentile die. And then if there's a 5% chance that the message won't make it to its destination if the recipient is on another plane.
Okay. Pretty powerful stones.
So yeah, but the caveat with that is it's once a day. Oh, now when you get to high enough level, which I think sending is a 3rd level spell. So when you can cast 3rd level spells, then you can take it and put it in your spell book, and then you have a casting for each 3rd level spell slot that you have, basically.
Okay, cool.
plus you could use the stones as another casting.
Gotcha. Cool. All right, guys. Do you want to camp here? Do you want to go back to our lovely horse Allegra and see if the horse is still alive and camp out there? What do you guys want to do?
Oh, I'm gonna presume that you all pulled Allegra up into this courtyard area,
okay.
so that
All right.
and tied her off. There's so that she's
That makes
there.
sense. Makes sense.
Okay.
All right. You guys want to camp out here?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fun. We were waiting for that anyway. Been a long
All
day,
right.
remember?
Yeah. Now, for everybody that played last week, because I think were all of you able to join us last week? Or Wesley, did you?
Was everybody here that's currently here last week? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Abinadom was.
So, everybody who's been here for both weeks should be level 3, and everybody who was here last week, if you didn't level up from level 1, you should be level 2 now. So most people, it should be either level 3 or level 2. I'm going to go ahead and call for us to take our mid-session break a little bit early, a few minutes early. I have 9:15 or 15 after the hour. Let's go ahead and come back in 10 minutes at 25 after the hour. And then we will go ahead and finish up our session. And if there's anything you guys want to do during the long rest, we'll go ahead and do that after the break. Otherwise, we'll just hand wave the rest and get on to the next day. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and put the music on so you can mute if you wish, and I'll be back in a few minutes.
All right. Cool.
Thank you. We can only use those sending stones once a day. As I was reading through them.
All right. So did anybody think about anything that they particularly wanted to do during the rest? I can hear somebody trying to
I never
talk.
do anything like. I never think about that stuff.
Abinadom's going to prepare some different spells.
Okay. All right. So,
Gorm's gonna
okay. So if you guys are gonna spend the basically the night here, are you all gonna set watches? Set a watch rotation?
Yeah, I mean, I can watch for 4 hours at least. I don't need a full 8 hours.
Okay.
So I'll take the morning watch.
Okay.
I'll take a watch.
Okay. All right. So who's on first watch?
I'll take the evening watch.
Okay. So go ahead and roll me a Constitution check, and this is just to see that you don't fall asleep during your watch. Oh, yeah, you remain vigilant. So you're there for a couple of hours. It gets dark. It gets a little bit cooler. But there's nothing that you notice during your couple of hours of being on watch. So, Dorzaphir, who are you going to wake up at the end of your 2 hours to put on for the next watch?
Who's taking the next watch? Abinadom, you said you're taking the morning watch, right? The last watch of the morning.
I can do 4 hours. Yeah.
So I need somebody just to do 2 hours. Gorrim or Hylan.
Hylan
or
isn't
Finn.
Hear this, yeah.
So I go shake Finn awake.
What?
Hi, buddy.
Oh,
I need you. It's okay. I need you to take a 2-hour watch.
I'm the dude that can't see at night. Okay, come
Neither
on.
can I. But hey.
There's the embers of a little fire there. Finn, go
Gorm will
ahead.
take one of the watches.
Okay. So Gorrim, actually, I guess we should double check this. Do you want second watch or do you want third watch? There's 4 shifts, basically 2 hours each.
Whichever one when somebody needs to be watching on that doesn't have empathy.
Okay, so it sounds like a human took the first watch and nothing bad happened, and he's about to wake up a second human to take the second watch. And
So Gorm will take that one.
Okay, all right. So Gorrim, you're on second watch. Finn, you didn't get awakened. You're still asleep. Okay.
Now let me
dwarf,
and I have a DM question. So as an elf,
Sure.
I'm not necessarily sleeping during this first 4 hours. I'm kind of in a trance, but am I still able to recognize if something happens?
Yeah, you're if something happened that you would notice, then yeah, you would kind of notice something going on.
So if I notice Finn falling asleep, would I notice that?
Yeah, Finn is not on second. It's now going to be Gorrim on second.
Oh, Gorrim.
So yeah, so if you notice that. So Gorrim, go ahead and make me a Constitution check, if you will. No.
Ouch.
Okay.
Ouch,
dear.
ouch, ouch.
Well, now
I walk over and
Gorrim-
slap him a few times.
Gorrim did say that he was going to he was going to be drinking some of that sweet dwarven ale, and he did, and he gets up for his watch, and after about 30 minutes, you hear the sound of.
So I walk over and I try to wake Gorrim. He gets me out of my trance, and I try to shake him awake.
Okay, well, maybe you do, maybe you don't. When you are alerted to the sound of his snoring, something else catches your eye. There is some movement with your infravision out in the darkness. In fact, it's just like right at the edge of your darkness. You notice some movement out there, and you become aware of two shapes.
I can't tell what kind of shapes. Like, are they crawling on the ground? Are they?
They look
big?
vaguely humanoid.
Those
They look vaguely humanoid, and they are, and they appear to be creeping towards the, in this general direction, kind of angling, looking like they're going towards your cart, which is over here, where you all had parked it.
Okay, I quietly rustle my group and whisper and try to keep them from making any noises and say, "Hey guys, there's two humanoid creatures coming towards our cart."
As he wakes me, I sleep with like a dagger behind my head. So as he wakes me up, I put it to his throat real quick and I say, "What's the problem?"
Yeah, we got two guys. We got two humanoids. We got two creatures coming towards our cart, coming towards our camp. They don't look friendly.
Is it pitch black out, DM? Is it like middle of the night? What time?
Yeah, it's middle of the night. There's the fire that you had has burned down to embers, so you can see like a vague reddish glow about 5 feet outside of the campfire, but you can't see anything beyond that.
And can I tell by looking at them that they are aware of our presence?
Okay. You said you were gonna shake Dorzaphir awake from where you are to where he is. It looks like you could probably just reach over and shake him a little bit.
Right.
Is that what?
Yeah.
Okay. And what else are you gonna do?
Well, I tap Finn. I try to tap Finn as well, and I'm hoping I get Finn awake and he taps Gorrim. But as I'm doing this,
Okay. Yeah, you notice now that you can still see the shapes there, but it looks like they've stopped.
Can I stealth, since he's pointed that out? Can I stealth up behind the cart, like right here?
You can make a stealth roll, yes. So go ahead and make a stealth roll to see if you can get there without being detected.
22.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, Abinadom, he moves over there. You see no movement. Those two shapes you see are still are still, and they're kind of looking. It's like they're looking, and it's almost like they're trying to figure out, okay, can they see anything up there, or can they not?
And I'm going to, if anyone in our group is making any noises, I'm gonna like put my hand over their mouth. But I'm gonna hopefully, I don't know if they're awake yet or not, but I'm just gonna sit still, just try to not make any noise. and see what they do.
Okay. After you sit still for about a minute, you see that there's one of them, the one to your perspective on the left. So that would be this one right here. Gives like a little motion with a hand, and from your perspective, you then see. Okay. You then see that there are 5 creatures that begin moving your way silently, but with purpose. You can see that the 2 in front are holding great axes, and you can see what looks like javelins in the hands of the ones behind. Whoops, I'm sorry. Of the ones behind, who begin to fan out a little bit. And they, as yet, they have not said anything, but clearly it looks like they're rushing in a menacing and threatening way. And it is now time for everyone to roll initiative. So we'll go ahead and we'll put Hylan over there. Well, okay. And I'm just going to do this. We'll give them. Okay, so. All right. So I have Finn, Gorrim, Abinadom. Oh, Dorzaphir, yours didn't pop on the thing.
Yeah,
so.
that was weird.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and add you to the list. And it's 15. And there's no duplicate, so we don't need to worry about anything. So we'll just go ahead and put that in a descending order. And Finn, actually, you are the one who gets to go first. You've been awakened, and Abinadom is pointing and saying, "We're about to be attacked." And you look, and it's pitch black. Unless you have something that can help you see in the dark as a human.
Yeah, that's my problem. So I don't know where they at all. So therefore,
Can he wait? He could probably wait.
You can wait if you wish.
let's see. It's just not him to wait. Let me see something. Object that is no larger than 10 feet in any dimension. 20 feet radius of light.
Can I not cast dancing lights during this, or
Not until your turn.
Oh, it's an action.
Since we're in initiative.
Right. Okay.
So what are you thinking, Finn? Are you thinking something like fairy fire or something like that?
No, I'm thinking light spell on a rock because I don't have fairy fire, I don't think.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, there's that. There's the stones of that well there. You could. The point is, you'd have to be able to see it. So yeah, you could cast it on a stone and then throw it out that way. So you could cast it on a stone in your hand and hurl it out that way, and it would remain illuminated.
The battlefield's going to be.
That would light up the area. There's this gap in the wall, and the wall is 10 feet high. So, it's not, if you get a stone, it's a pound or two. That's not going to be too hard to throw something above.
I'm thinking about just lighting up a rock. Can I see this far? How far do I actually see?
Well, there is a. Let me go ahead and put your campfire in a circle. No, that's not it. No, do that. Okay, so we'll say that your campfire is in this circle right here.
Oh, I didn't see that. There it is. Okay. I see
Yeah,
it.
and it is because it's burned down to embers. It is casting a glow. Oh gosh, I gotta move in closer to be able to select it. It is. It's only casting a glow about 5 feet around, so you can only see about 5 feet in any direction from that campfire. And I'll actually move it.
Okay.
I'll actually move it there, so it's not right on top of you. You weren't sleeping.
So there are two of us that are humans, and this is there, and it's that. So I can
Yeah. So basically, you can see a glow out to about here. Is about all you can see. And beyond that, it's just dark.
Let me see if I can mix a cantrip in here somewhere. Nope. Unless I don't usually do that. Okay, yeah. This character isn't really built for that. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Basically lights up his own bow. Yeah. That's how this is going to go.
Okay.
So
And the light gives you how far out does it extend?
This one. How come that says it sometimes? There it is.
Are you gonna throw it, or are you gonna?
It goes out until the spell ends of a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to
Yeah.
make use of a handy dandy little aura thing. I'm going to say that aura 1 is 20 feet, aura 2 is 40 feet. Save the changes. Oh, okay. So this aura is the bright light that you can see. This aura is the dim light. And these guys are just at the edge of that. So you can maybe see some shadowy movement, but
Okay, this is how we set this up. We'll go about here. The battlefield will come about here. Somebody's going to take a swipe at me, and Dorsey's going to take a swipe at them.
Yeah. Now, actually, when you move, you can see that it looks like you've heard about these. You've told a lot of stories about these creatures. It looks like these are orcs.
My goodness.
That are coming to attack. And it looks like you can see like about 5 shapes, and the two in front have wicked looking great axes. At least the 2 flanking them look like they have javelins. And so anything else you want to do for the moment?
No, that's done there.
Because, yeah, action was the cantrip, and then the movement. All right, Abinadom.
All right, Abinadom is going to cast Minor Illusion, and about right here is going to emanate a great loud dragon roar as a white dragon, just roaring from up here down on these orcs, but out of sight. So he's just going to be making some just roars, and you're flapping of wings, and so it appears that there's a big dragon up on that cliff edge up behind there.
Okay. All right. What's the range on that?
35 or 30 feet.
That's the actual range of the spell is 30 feet?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay,
So, I don't know.
this cliff is 80 feet tall.
Oh,
so-
it's 80 feet tall?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well then I'm just gonna oh shoot. Well, I'll just have it emanating from this corner then. It's just this loud sound of a dragon approaching.
Okay. All right. Well, you're in kind of a box canyon, so that means that the sound is going to bounce around a little bit.
So they're gonna hear. They're gonna hear a dragon sound coming. What sounds like a dragon roar.
Okay. Tell me.
Oh, you know what? It says range can. Let's see. The volume can range from a whisper to a scream. Does that? Let's see. It can be a lion's roar. So a dragon's roar fits, right?
Yeah.
Am I pushing it?
You can make it. You can make it sound like what Abinadom believes a dragon would sound like, and it will have about the maximum volume being the volume of a lion's roar, which is louder than a human yell, but it's probably not as loud as a dragon's yell. I'm trying to figure out here now when you do that, what is the I know what check they're going to make. They're going to make this check here. And it's that, and they have that. And what is your spell save DC?
14.
14. Okay. So we have 5 of these incoming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So the 2 in front don't appear to be phased at all. The 2 or the 3 back here, they kind of stop and they look around and they kind of crouch down and they look around, and I'm just going to put this on them. And there is a reason that this happens to them. So they stop and they start looking around like this was the last thing they expected. And the other 2 don't appear to be phased. Are you going to move or are you going to stay there?
Let's see. I think I'm going to I'll move probably.
Okay. Move over there?
Yeah.
All right. Dorzaphir.
Yes, sir.
Now, you had a great check on your stealth, so you moved up there without being noticed. And the orcs have not had their turn, so that basically means that at this point, you have advantage if you choose to attack without moving. So like if you have a ranged weapon and you want to attack from there, you would get advantage on that attack. And because you have advantage, you would then get to add your sneak attack damage. Now, if you want to run out to them with a melee weapon, you would give away where you are, obviously, and you would not get that advantage. So what would you like to do?
I'm going to break in my new cantrips because I have the Arcane Trickster ability. I'm going to cast Firebolt at them.
Okay, which one would you like to? Okay, that guy.
Let's hit this. Yeah, let's hit him.
Okay, so I believe that's a ranged spell attack.
120 feet. 1d10 of damage.
Yep. So roll your attack and add your. Ooh.
No, I assume we haven't finished the long rest, so anything we were doing during the long rest, we can't complete yet, right?
Correct.
It's a DM question. Okay.
Yeah. So the firebolt, an 8 is not going to hit his armor class. Now, doing that, because you cast a spell from that location, that gives away your location.
I'm going to use bonus action hide. I'm going to run right back here and hide.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and make a stealth check after you get to that location. I think that's hide. That's what the hide uses these days, right?
Yeah, it's stealth.
Stealth check. Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, that's the lowest stealth roll I've rolled so far.
Okay. Well, you may have just disappeared, but we'll have to see. Now, 2 things happen next. These orcs continue running, and at the same time, your dwarf friends, they back in here, and you hear slam as these 2 doors close.
Them cowards.
And so then the orcs come up, and they can see 2 targets. So the first one is going to come up and try to attack Finn with a great axe. Let's see what he can do with that. So armor class 15. Is that going to hit?
8.
Okay, so for 8 points of damage.
As a reaction, can I use my shield cantrip on Finn? Or can I only use that on myself?
I think shield is self only. Double check and see.
Self only.
Yeah, shield is self only. Shield spell. Yeah, self only. For the range.
I tried.
Yeah. No, that's all right. That's all right. It's a good try. So that's 8 points of damage there. This other one is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's as far as he can go and attack. So he's going to attack the same target because there's only one target he can see. Oh! So that's 7 points of damage to Finn. That's 15 points in those 2 attacks. Is Finn still up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only because he leveled, but he's up.
Yeah, okay. All right. So then so these guys all have javelins. And what is the range on a javelin? Okay. They are unsure what is going on, but they can see Gorrim over here. And so each of them is going to unleash a javelin attack, but because they are beyond, I think they're all beyond 30 feet. Yep, they are. Because they're all beyond 30 feet, they get disadvantage on these attacks. So it's going to look like I'm making 6 attacks, but I'm actually making 3 because it's disadvantage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 1, 2. Oh, well, that one is it. Well, Gorrim, do you have an AC 17 or better?
Yes, I have a 19.
Okay, so that's a miss. 19. Well, that's actually a hit. And the third one is a miss. So you take 1 hit for 5 points of damage from a javelin, but all 3 of them land very uncomfortably close to you. In fact, one of them actually injures you. Another one bounces off of your armor. And it's like, dang. But they don't advance any closer, and they continue to look around, and now they get their great axes out, and they're almost like they're taking defensive stances as they're looking around. So that was the orcs. Gorrim, you are up. What would you like to do?
Yeah, it's orc kicking, orc smashing time.
Okay. Okay.
Does that hit a filthy orc?
A 15, I believe. Oops. That's why it wasn't working. 15 does hit the filthy orc. 7 points of damage. Okay. He feels that. Doesn't quite bloody him, but you get a good solid attack in on him. All right. That was a move and an attack. Do you have a bonus action you want to do?
We need to go ahead and put this guy down. I'm gonna go ahead and action surge and hit him again. Try to hit him again.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a good hit. 1 point away from it. Oh, and
Nice.
9 points of damage. How would you like to kill this?
Nice.
Lob his head off.
Okay, so Finn, these 2 orcs come in with these great axes. They both slam into you. This enraged dwarf runs out of the firelight and with 2 hefty swipes takes this orc down, and his head goes sailing off, and his great axe clatters to the ground by his corpse. And we are back, Finn, to you. So now one of your enemies is vanquished. The other one is still standing in front of you with a great axe. What would you like to do?
Yeah, you dudes. Oh,
And I'm gonna move behind. And for my movement, I'm going to move behind the orc so that Finn will have it.
Okay, there's officially no flanking rules in 5th edition, so we're not playing with that. So you're not going to give him any kind of advantage. Flanking is something that they decided to not bring forward into this edition officially. So,
also,
and we're not doing any house rules in this game.
Also, I wasn't going that way. Okay, how about the opportunity attack thing?
If you move out of a creature's threat area, it will be able to use its reaction to do an opportunity attack on you. So if you move away from that orc, it will get an opportunity attack.
But only if I do things in a certain order.
Nope.
It's time.
If you move out of its threat range, unless you have an action like a, now you can mitigate that by using your action to do a I think it's called a withdrawal.
A dodge.
Uh,
Or no, what is it? Dodge is for everybody, but actually,
well, no, actually a withdrawal is for everybody, but for most people it's a full action. For some classes it's a bonus action.
That's a thief, I think. But I got another way.
Yeah, I can do that
Okay.
in my bonus action.
You know what? They can't do it
Okay.
if they are asleep. Oh, and he can do it if it. Wait a minute. Yeah. Okay. Why did it roll that twice?
That's really
Creatures higher level can.
Maybe I added more by maybe the 3 is
No.
something that was added.
Oh yeah. So the 5d8 was 25, and then with 3 it's 28. Okay. So
Okay.
so now the question is, it affects creatures in their lowest number of hit points. And where are you centering it? You're centering it right here on this orc?
No, because because the blob is, hold on. The blob for this thing is, we did this once before.
Yeah, it's 90 feet. You can cast it 90 feet, and it's good for
That's the
20
ring.
feet. A 20 feet sphere.
20 feet. Yeah, okay. So that blob, that blob sends it over here.
So you start it here at the well, and it's going to be a
20-foot sphere.
20-foot radius.
In a 20-foot radius. So let's do this. Let's do 5, 10, 15, 20. So that is going to start here. And I'm going to just do this, and then I'll worry about actually moving it to the location you want later. Okay, now let's take. Okay, so if we do 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, so that's,
Yeah, you're going to want to move that a little farther. Cast that a little farther away.
5, 10, 15. Okay, that's actually a little bit too large.
I don't think that's friendly fire, is it? No, I don't remember.
It affects all creatures.
All creatures.
Yeah, you're going to want to make sure you cast that.
You don't want to put me to sleep.
Okay, well, I screwed this whole thing up.
Well, you have
You're
a 90,
learning, man.
You can go 90 feet, so you can.
Yeah, so I can't move that. I can't move that, guys. So we'll just push it out and take out these other 3. I've got another remedy for that orc in case I need it. Actually, now that I think about it.
I'm about to take care of the one in front of Finn once it's my turn.
Okay, so we're gonna put this here, and then I'm gonna move it to the map layer so I don't accidentally drag it around for the rest of the battle. And I'm just going to say this guy here, he is out like a light, but you could affect 28 points of creatures, and it's an either all or nothing, so you put one of them to sleep. You cannot affect 2 of them because 2 of them have too many hit points to be affected.
Not my day, but I have one more trick, but only if he strikes at me.
All right.
So that's into that turn for now.
All right. So yes. Anything else? You probably don't want to move because of the opportunity attack situation.
Actually, I can. There's another. I can do that now because I've got something that. Yeah, I've got another little trick on him.
Well, what feature? Wait, hold on. This is Finn. Everybody except Finn, don't talk for a moment. Finn, what feature do you have that you're going to try to use to get away without the attack of opportunity, please?
If he rolls and he rolls high,
Uh-huh.
that.
And that's a...
It's going to be a bonus action because it happens on an inspiration. But I think it's a bonus action on when that person attacks. So maybe it's actually a reaction. Yeah, it's a reaction.
It's a reaction. So now the only thing is you can't use your reaction on your turn. So yeah. So if it's a
one thing after another.
Yeah. So because it's your turn, yes, you can use a bonus action, but
then it's not useful. And wow, that's crazy. Okay, so he's got to stay there and use the reaction. That's the same difference. If he stands there and uses the reaction, if he strikes at him, then it'll be the same difference. Yeah, so that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. All right. So yeah, when it's the orc's turn, if the orc is still up and the orc tries to attack you, then you can use the cutting words as a reaction on him then. So yeah. All right. You do have 2 teammates that go before the orc. So perhaps
that's true.
Perhaps the orc won't still be there. But we'll have to figure that out. Okay. Anything else for now, or we want to go on to Abinadom?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Abinadom, you are up. What would you like to do, sir?
Okay, I'm gonna cast magic missile on this guy.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast it as a level 2 spot, so that gives me an additional dart.
Okay. So.
So
then
I guess
do
I do it 4 times, right?
Total of 4 times. So yeah, so that's 2. Whoops. Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. 2 and 5 is. Hold on. No.
I'm done.
Fine.
I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore.
2 and 5 is 7. 2 is 9. And 2 is 11. Okay. Well, good news is that with 11 points of damage, this guy is bloodied. Bad news is he's still standing. All right. Are you going to move or are you just going to hang out there?
No, I'll continue to hang out here.
Okay. And Dorzaphir, you are up.
Well, since he can't see me, I'm about to do a sneak attack on him right from behind.
Yep. You are going to get the sneak attack.
Ouch.
Okay. Now you did
sneak attack at advantage?
Yep. You did beat his passive perception, so with your hide, so you do have advantage on this attack. So go ahead and try again.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Just do exactly the same thing you did before.
Not with that.
Oh. Yeah, you get so excited that you're going to try to hit him in exactly the right spot, and you stab at it, and you hit one of those reinforced places on his armor. It's like, damn it. And it deflects your blade.
All right, then I'm going to use my bonus action to hide again.
Okay, so you probably want to maybe move to the other. Okay, and go ahead and roll stealth check.
Let's hope this time it's not as low as the last one. Hold on. 21.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. He's like, oh, what was that? And he's looking around, and by the time he's looking around, you are, you're gone out of sight. Okay.
I tried, fellas.
It is the orc's turn. And this orc is looking, looks at Finn, looks back at Gorrim, sees that you both look like you're dangerous, But Finn looks like he's probably closer to falling, so he's going to try to finish off Finn. Remove an enemy from the battlefield. Ooh, 18.
So
For
that's
8
probably
points of
not
damage.
gonna. Okay. Well, we're
So
gonna try
now you can do a reaction, which will.
but it's only 1d6, so it's not likely to work.
Well, 5
Everything's
points of
a miss.
damage. 5
No.
points of damage. Hey, how would you like to kill this?
What?
Kill this
Wow.
orc with your cutting words.
That doesn't kill anything.
It does damage, right?
No, you're thinking of the insult.
He removes the damage. You can cut it by
I think
5.
I'm trying to make him miss. You can use this feature to, after the creature makes this roll, or before the creature deals this damage. I'm trying to take it off the 2 hit.
Okay. So, yeah, 18 minus 5. That's a 13.
Wait a minute.
Will an
Attack roll,
AC
ability check, or a damage roll. You can use your reaction.
Yeah. So will an AC 13 hit you? Will an AC 13 hit you? Yes
Yeah.
or no?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, all right, then it
Use it
still
on the
hit.
damage. You can cut the damage from 8 to 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we
do
can.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah, because you can choose it after they make the roll. So
Attack roll, ability check, or damage roll.
Right.
So yeah, if you will still be up after taking 3 damage, you're better off reducing that damage from 8 to 3.
Right.
So, all right. So is that what we're doing? You're taking 3 instead?
Yeah, I've done it.
Okay.
The
all right.
mechanics
Cool.
of cutting word. Well,
Yep. Okay. Excellent. And then this orc's news is this orc. Actually, I forgot to give these guys a check last round, so I'm gonna give these 2 a check now. I should have given them before. I think they were looking for 16s.
yeah, 16. No, 14 is the saving DC. If that's what
Your spell save DC
is 14.
14. Okay.
Yeah.
They failed twice in a row. So they're like, does anybody speak orc?
I can if I comprehend languages, if I cast that, but otherwise no.
Okay. They yell something apparently at this guy here, and these 2 just back off. And Abinadom, you can see they don't completely leave, but they go back over to this area, and they kind of looking around, and they're looking up, and they're just like crouching down, as though they're terrified of being seen by something. So that's what happens to them.
Sweet.
Okay. And the next thing that happens is Gorrim. You get to go. You have a wounded enemy in front of you, and 23. Oh yeah, that'll hit. 9 points of damage. How would you like to kill this one? Took the head off of one. How does
Off
this
with
work?
his head.
Okay. Yet another decapitated orc. So that head flies off. Okay, and then you head over that way. All
He's
right.
giving pursuit.
Okay. And Finn. Wow. Those 2 orcs are dead there. I think you do have at least 1 potion or 2 potions. Do you want to do something with the potions, or do you want to take a
Not really.
ranged attack? Okay.
This is hold on, where am I? This is 5 feet each. So where I want to be, I want 55. He's 55, but I can't see him. So I got to move to where I can see him. And actually, there's not a. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, you can see them both from right there.
I've got something else to do here.
Okay.
New one. This guy.
Oh, DC 13.
Whispers.
Yes. Okay. So
just getting the closest one because they're just trying to get one at a time.
okay. He's gonna try a wisdom save. He's been doing very poor at wisdom. Oh, and he takes 9 points of damage.
I think he has to run away.
He grabs his.
Yeah.
He grabs his head. He's bloodied from that. He grabs his head, drops his axe, and screams.
And has to run away.
And yeah, which he'll have to do on his turn. So, anything else? That was a move. That was an action, right?
Yeah, it's a move and an action. I'm not going to bonus action right now because I'm using that.
Abinadom, the two closest threats are down. There's a sleeping orc out here, one that's crying out over here, and one that you don't know. You really can't see these two because this wagon is in your way.
Right. So I'm trying to see how far I can go.
Yeah. If you have 30 feet of movement, yeah, you could
I can
move
go there, right?
and then that would let you see what's going on because of your dark vision.
Right there.
Yep. So you can see these guys.
All right, and I will just miss Gorrim, I think, right there. And I'll do another magic missile at level 2.
Actually, magic missiles are auto hit on your target, so even if there's something in the way, it'll just either go over it or around it. It doesn't have to have a straight path.
So
you just have to be able to see your target.
All right, so I'll cast those. The first one.
Okay, so 3, 5, that's 8. Ooh, 8, 5, 13. Oh! 13,
Much better than the first time.
18. Hey, how would you like to kill this orc?
Sweet. All right, so as these missiles dart out of my hands, they fly like missiles twirling around each other as they impact this orc right at the midsection, and he just explodes and shoots him back against the wall.
He's kind of like that scene in The Godfather. He's just and he's just like his arms are kind of flopping in this.
Say hello to my little friend.
And he collapses down and doesn't move, and his buddy is just bent over grabbing his head, screaming. All right, excellent. Gorrim, you got one conscious enemy left. Looks like he's at a point where he probably doesn't want any more of this battle unless you don't want to let him get away.
Talking about me or Gorrim?
Gorrim
will close on him and smack him with his axe.
But wait,
Oh wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Dorzaphir. Sorry.
I was confused for a minute. I was like, wait a minute.
I was looking right at the turn counter, and I was seeing Dorzaphir, and for some reason I was saying Gorrim.
Oh, I'm just rolling. No, it's fine. I was just like, wait a minute. It's like, go ahead, Gorrim, kill him. I don't care. No, I'm playing. It don't bother. I'm just trying to think if I get out here. Hold on, because I'm still hiding, but I can move.
Yeah.
I want to move him. Let's see, 30 should be. Let me check.
So that would
Or you
be
can check that out.
15.
15.
Then another 15 would be here. Now he is within the range of Finn's light source, so you should be able to see him because of that.
Okay, so if I can get, what is it? You said here, or it's here. Here's 30 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I think you can go up there if you want to.
Are these half walls? Can I see over these walls?
Yeah, these walls. The question is going to be: do you have a line of sight? You don't. Yeah. Okay. I'll say maybe you can see the edge of him, but you've.
We're gonna hit him with firebolt.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Firebolt. All right.
Don't hit Gorrim.
Yeah.
No, I can go right past you.
Yep. That's a hit. He plinks him for 1 point of damage, but it's not enough to drop him.
Plunk.
Anything else?
A flammable object hit by this spell ignites if it hasn't been worn. No, they're too far away. I'm just gonna stay where I'm at.
Okay. All right. Well, this guy just cries out and runs off into the night, and he runs off of the battlefield. And you see him no more. You hear his screams receding in the night. Basically, he'll just take essentially a fair. Well, actually, let's see, how far can he get? Let me.
Gorm yells, "Coward!"
5, 10, 15. So he can get to about there. So he can't get completely off the map yet. That's with a double move. That's basically all he gets to. Gorrim. So one guy's running away into the night. Another one is sleeping peacefully. A third one is dead. What would you like to do?
See, a hurled weapon would have a range of what, 30 feet? He'd be
if it's a weapon that's actually meant to be thrown, it will have a range. It will have a range on it. What were you thinking of hurling?
I was thinking about hurling a hand axe, but I forgot I bought a crossbow.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I will move here, drop the battle axe, pull out the heavy crossbow, and take a shot.
Okay. All right, 15. That'll hit. And 8 points of damage. How does this one die?
Shoot him in the back of the head.
Okay. And he's running away, and he sprouts a crossbow bolt, and he falls into the dirt, and the dust kicks up, and all of your enemies are down. Congratulations.
And we've got the sleeping guy. He's going to wake up or not.
Okay.
Hold on.
He's going to wake up to a Gorham's axe in his chest.
No.
Well, the DM is the dispassionate neutral universe. You guys have to decide what you're going to do with this guy.
Can I cast real quick? We're out of combat, right?
Yeah, there's no other active threats on the battlefield, so
I'm going to cast comprehend language.
Okay.
then I want to wake him up with my sword, or not my sword, my dagger to his throat, and start questioning him.
I cast the same spell so I can understand what's going on.
Okay. All right.
Gorm says, why would you want to talk to such filth? The only thing you're going to get out of them is idiotic nonsense.
Not necessarily true.
They're
We got-
orcs.
He says, ugh, filthy human elves, dwarves, why you leave me alive?
For questioning. Where did you come from? Why are you here? And where you go?
Wait a minute. Does comprehend languages allow you to talk?
It actually it doesn't. We only understand.
Well, hopefully he understands us.
Yeah.
And so you basically say to him, blah 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 blah. And he looks at you. He's like, filthy creatures can't even speak proper language. Let's actually see what do these. Oh, never mind. Orcs. Huh. Okay, orcs do have common. In this edition, they have common. So, he says in kind of a broken common. He says,
Well, no, we would understand him if he spoke in Orcish, but
Yeah. Tell him to
us.
speak in his own language, so he's clearly
okay,
explaining to us
Speak
what we
your
were
own
asking.
tongue. But
He
can you
says-
understand me?
and he looks at you. He says first in common. He says yes, and then he says in Orcish, yes, understand you.
Good.
We flee from the dragon, killed our chief, took our lair. We look for new lair. Thought this place might be empty.
Well, as you noticed, it's not empty. You have one of two options, Sir Orc. Either you leave peacefully or you die by my blade.
No,
It's your choice.
Tell us where your lair is, where the dragon took over your lair. Where was your lair?
We come from deep in the mountains, and he points kind of off vaguely in the direction that you know that the gnomes are, but he's like pointing into the heart of these mountains. And so with all of the crags and the valleys and the hillside, there could be caves. There could be caves anywhere in there.
Can you draw us a map of what your lair looks like?
Orcs draw. That's fun.
I'm Abinadom. I doubt, my friend, that he could draw a map. He's just
I'm
blindly
surprised it can
coming.
speak.
Well, I don't know.
Gorrim, my friend, calm down. Yes, orcs can speak, but Abinadom, I don't think he can draw us a map. Best we can do is let him run off, tell his buddies this place is protected, secured, and not to come back.
Okay. Let him go.
If he doesn't want to agree to that, I will slice his throat.
Tell
As
them
of
the
course.
dragon watches the temple, bro.
You worse than we thought. You league with monster. Pah! And he kind of spits on the dust like he doesn't want anything to do with this. And he just sort of backs away until he gets out of the range of your melee weapons, but he's got his weapon up defensively. He's not making any move to attack, but he backs away, and then as soon as he gets like 10 feet away, he turns around and he just bolts off into the night, heading for the mouth of the canyon. And he is very quickly gone from view. So he just
Maybe we should have taken his weapon.
I'm not that heartless.
You foolish curs, you allow an orc to escape, he will come back with 100 of his damn friends. They're like cock.
Well,
I think he's plenty scared.
Yeah, and go ahead, Abinadom. You were the one that did the spell. Go ahead and do now that you're thinking back about the battle, do an insight check. And I'm going to give you advantage on this.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Nat
well,
20.
You didn't even need the insight. But, you put 2 and 2 together really easily. You realize the instant that you did that audible illusion of the sound of a dragon, you saw how about half of them just sort of went into a defensive and like cowering thing. And then this guy told you that they had been attacked, or their lair had been attacked by the dragon, and that they were looking for a new place. Their chieftain had been killed. So yeah, that tracks that they were spooked because they had heard the sound of a dragon before, and it scared them. And I guess, you would be able to do a fairly good facsimile of a dragon, because even if you were not in Leyland at the time the dragon attacked, you would talk to enough people who had been there that you could do a pretty convincing illusion of what a white dragon sounds like.
So then this verifies the rumor then that the tribe of orcs were driven out of their lair by a dragon, and it wasn't clear if the orc chieftain was killed, but this verifies it, confirms it.
He told you that the orc chieftain was killed.
Well, we had that as a rumor in the beginning, the very beginning. It was a rumor that the dragon had killed the orc chief, but it wasn't clear if that was true. So now we know.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
Okay. Good.
So, all right. That is that encounter is over, and the rest of the night goes by without any further incident.
Does that interrupt our long rest? Do we need to rest extra long?
No, I'm gonna say that if you finish up those rotations that you had, that you will at the end of the night have a benefit of a long rest. Because all in all, you were like active for like 5 minutes with this battle and the interrogation and everything. So
Right, cool.
Oh, and Finn, I'm gonna go ahead, since we don't need it anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the auras there. It's a handy thing to use to see where everything is on the battlefield, but once it's over, we can go ahead and get rid of it because your light would go out after a while. In terms of what you have here, one guy got away, but he did throw his javelin. So you all have 4 sets of hide armor, 4 great axes, and 5 javelins. So I'm gonna put that loot from orcs. 4 hide armor, 4 great axes, 5 javelins. And then there is some treasure. So the treasure from those is going to be I want to do this. Okay, so I want to do no, oops, no. Oh wow, okay. So that's not bad. So what you come up with in treasure is you have 65 copper, 26 silver, and 14 gold pieces from little purses that the 4 goblin corpses have on them.
I say we just put that back in the pot with the others.
Okay, so yeah, that could potentially be part of party treasure there. All right. So in the morning, you notice that thinking about your dwarven prospector friends over here, you notice that these doors here are still shut in the morning. Are you going to, do you guys want to talk to these guys before you leave, or do you just want to take off?
Well, I say we go up and we tell them that we saved their butts.
I don't think they care. They were behind the big stone doors.
True. They're probably only thinking about treasure anyways.
They might be thinking about an ooze. Figured they probably came in through. Figured those oozes are as likely to come from behind that crevice as not.
So that we can get our pay.
All right.
Yeah, they will say that either last night or this morning, they will give you a little pouch, and it has there's a little small note in there that's just folded on a sheet of paper, so you can read it later if you open it up. It's not in a sealed envelope or anything, and it has a few bits of stone that have some runes on them, and they will tell you that these are some carvings that they found early in their search, and they would ask you if you would give those to Halia when you tell them, or when you tell her that you found them, and explain to Halia that they feel like they are safe here. They can close up these doors if the dragon comes, and they can wait out. They can wait for somebody to deal with the dragon before they come out of here. But they are very interested in excavating the rest of that and seeing what they can find, if they can find a cache for that. for this temple complex.
Can I attempt to decipher the runes or see if I understand what the markings on these stones stand for?
Do you read Dwarvish?
I do.
Ah, okay. Well, you see it in a... Yeah, okay. So between the two of you, yeah, it's an old dialect, but you can both read it. And one of them basically is a rune for sacrifice, and another is a rune for offering, and another is a rune for the name of the deity Abathor.
Abathor.
Yeah, so the 3 runes. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, 3 runes. Whoops. If I can spell, say sacrifice, offering, and Abathor. Okay. And then the note basically says, when you guys look at the note, it basically says, we are fine. We are close to discovering the treasury, and to please be sure that you're very certain that anyone that you send out here is not going to try to take the treasure from them. They don't say anything about any suspicions about you guys, but you sort of got the impression that they were suspicious that you all might be after their treasure that they were looking for. And they just seem to be glad that you're going away at this point.
We'll let those 2 virgin sacrifices do what they're going to do.
And you all head off and go towards the Nomengard.
Nomengard.
Yeah. And once again, you get started around a little bit before mid-morning, so maybe like 9 o'clock. You get going, and you head over towards that area. And as you get close, you see that the caves of Nomengard are carved into the base of a mountain southeast of Phandalin, around a narrow waterfall. You can see several gnomes outside, and there are in fact 3 of them. One of them is sitting down and has what can only be described as a fishing pole, and appears to be trying to fish in a pool that's near the base of the waterfall. And another one is off to maybe like 15 feet away, kind of behind him, and is sort of moving his hands kind of in the air in front of him, and you can see what look like little stones floating in the air above his hands. And then a third one appears to be standing next to the one that's trying to fish, and every now and then that one that is standing there will point a finger, jab a finger towards the water, and then you see like a little splash in the water, but you're a little bit too far away at first to see exactly what's going on there. But the three of them.
Looks like these gnomes have a little bit of magic.
And let's take a quick peek here. I'm going to turn that off, turn that on, and then I'm going to do this, reveal. This area here. Okay. Oh, whoops. Okay. Then back reveal this area here. And then do this here. And then I'm going to bring the map over. And I will, whoops. If I get the right tool out, I will go ahead and I will center it here. And then on the stream, I'm going to zoom out a little bit so that it shows a little bit more. Okay. And I need to actually reveal a bit more of this in here. You can see that this area where the waterfall is, there's kind of a grotto that goes back, and it leads to the waterfall at the very back of the area over here. And it's kind of secluded, and so the one let's see, the one gnome that you see over here that's fishing is about right here. And then his one buddy that is playing with the rocks in the air is back over here. And then the other one that keeps jabbing a finger at the water is standing right here. And so let's see, where's, let me just make sure I have you guys up here. All right. So I'll just bring you guys out onto the field. Dorzaphir. Whoops. No, he's not here.
I'm huge.
You're giant.
I thought the sky itself made me look humanoid, not like that. Goodness gracious.
Okay. All right. So there we go. So you guys are sort of heading up here, and you have your wagon with you, and you see them. And as you approach, I guess before you all get too close, are you going to plan to try to move up stealthily, or are you just heading up normally with the?
What did they tell us at Fandolin? Wasn't these like friendly gnomes?
Okay, so Elmer Barthen asked us to come visit the rock gnomes and to spread the word and to gather items to help fight the dragon. He said that these rock gnomes had come to Fandolin about 3 times a year to purchase supplies. He sees them on a regular basis. but he hasn't seen them in 3 months. And if we bring back something magical and want to sell it, he'll buy it for 50 gold. So it appears that these rock gnomes are familiar with magical items, magical inventions, and Elmer Barthen will pay us to spread the word of the dragon to these rock gnomes. Those are my notes.
So we need to make our presence known.
Yes.
So I'm gonna say, let's rock the rock gnomes.
I say you pull out a little ditty and we just walk up and ask to see the leader.
Oh, good God. Dig this.
Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, as you all start to come up and they catch sight of your wagon, and then they hear the sounds. They kind of get excited, and the one that is over here with the rocks, he just sort of lets those fall, and then he comes out.
I can't move my token.
Oh.
Yeah, I put another one on because I couldn't move them, so I just moved them down there.
Okay.
Put them on the wrong layer is probably what it means.
Actually, no, they're on the right layer, but it could be that I have to.
Mine just fine.
Okay, if you drag one out from your journal and put it on, you probably can move it. It may be that the token, if I pull it out, is not set up correctly for you. So, all right. And let's see. Okay, so you still have an old copy there. I need to fix that for you. All right. So anyway.
Square jaw.
Yeah. So who all is everybody able to move theirs now?
Abinadom can.
2 of them. Okay, I see 2 of them that haven't moved yet.
I just dragged that one over just for now.
Okay, all right. So I'll just delete that one then. All right, so everybody's there. Yeah, this guy, he will run out and he sees Finn doing that, and he will wave excitedly, and then he will start with something that's right here. He'll actually start it close to him so that basically, oops, no, that's not what he's going to do. Come on. Get rid of that. Shoot. There we go. All right, delete. Then we're going to do that. He's going to start with something that's kind of close to him. It's a little halo, like a 10-foot halo that just has kind of sparks and everything. And he sets it there, and then he kind of points it at Finn, and he points at that, and it's kind of like, hey, I can give you this light show, if you want it. So but he's going to clearly do it out in front of him so that it's not like something that you think is attacking you. But then he'll move it over to you if you seem amenable. And you can tell that it's sparkling, and the way it sparkles kind of in time with your music. And then he'll sort of move it over a little bit closer, and he'll kind of wait for the all clear. And then if you indicate it's okay, then he'll finally move it around you.
Finn's trying to figure out what to do with this thing because I'm having a hard time imagining it. Well, the problem is he's okay. So he comes up to and then he says, pull it back in front because they're the stage. So he's gonna try to put it in front of him.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna go through
right there.
Okay.
I originally was thinking it was going to be a background, but it seems like it's It doesn't seem like it works that way.
Yeah, it's more like a column, or like a little 10-foot sphere of sparkling lights. That it's not the same thing as the dancing lights that Abinadom does, or at least it doesn't manifest itself exactly like it. It looks a little bit like that, so it looks kind of like distracting, but instead of being 4 large lights, it's like dozens of little tiny sparkly lights that are all different colors, and they seem to wink on and off and kind of dance around within that sphere. And they are they pop on and off and move in time with the music that you're playing.
And Abinadom, I'm going to throw my dancing lights up, 4 lights flying around, and then a shower of sparks. I'm just lighting up the area.
Okay, and then the other dwarves or the other gnomes, they start clapping, and they're like, "Oh, we have more performers, more magicians! Woohoo! This is wonderful!"
I take Mage Hand and I ruffle his hair as though the wind's blowing through his hair, so as he's singing.
Oh, okay. Okay. So Finn's locks are just going and like, oh, and so then you hear one of them yell, "Hey guys, come out here! We've got some performers!" And then gradually you notice a few more gnomes coming out of this cave over here, and they and a couple minutes later a couple of them come out, and then you see one kind of standing in there, and they all start clapping in time with the music, and pumping their fists in the air, and if they recognize a tune that they know, they'll sing along, and they seem to be happy to do that for as long as Finn wants to play. So I don't know whether Finn plays one song or 2 songs or what, but over the course of like maybe 2 or 3 minutes, they all come out and they start getting into it and everything, and a couple of them will start dancing around with each other, and then one of them over here will start sending like little lights across, and another one will like send the lights back, and it's like almost like volleyball lights across the river. They all start laughing and having a good time. These guys clearly seem like they're enjoying themselves way too much.
Well, they can dance if they want to. They can leave those things behind. Because their friends, they don't dance, and if they don't dance,
they're no friends of mine.
Friends of mine. Yes. Okay. All right. Well, with that, we have just about reached the end of our session. So I'll say that Finn plays a few songs, and when he gets done, he gets a rousing ovation, and a bunch of gnomes start cheering. These guys on this side of the river, they all go and they all touch their calves, and these strange things that look like snowshoes. You all have seen snowshoes. Your characters would have, for people that are in wilderness areas, but their shoes seem to shoot out these contraptions that make you think about snowshoes, but they appear to be very thin bladders that are like filled with air. And then these three gingerly step out onto the water, and using these fat inflated shoes, they walk across the surface of this stream. And then when they get over to dry land, they do something, and there's this sound of and all of the air goes out, and they all retract back into their into the soles of their boots, and they're like, "Hey, fellas, so glad you could make it. How are you doing?"
Doing well.
Great.
It's a pleasure to be.
Oh, hey, it's great to see you. It's great to see you. And this guy that was doing the lights, he runs over and he puts out a hand towards Finn. And he says, "That was great playing. My name's Quippy. What's yours?"
If I double in, Finn, you are one talented little guy.
Oh, hey, he liked the lights. Hey guys, that was really cool. Oh,
Yeah, I was a little bit afraid of him. I didn't know I was supposed to go. Would it be safe if I went into him?
oh yeah. They're just
Oh, yeah.
they're so cool. They enhance the visuals of a performance. You make these great sounds, and I've been working on ways that could help a performer to enhance the visuals of their sounds. And you should really talk to Fibblestib, because Fibblestib has been working on a way to enhance how loud an instrument is. And it's like he's trying to figure out ways to sort of make one instrument maybe sound like it's as loud as 10 instruments. And so, we figure that one day we could open like a bar somewhere, like in Neverwinter or Baldur's Gate or Waterdeep or something like that. And then we could have the best entertainment around, because the bards could come in and then we could make them sound even better. Isn't that cool?
Really interesting.
Oh, hey, well, it's getting close to supper time, so why don't y'all come in and have supper? And your horse and cart will be safe out here. We'll make sure that it gets tied up and everything. Just yeah, come on in. And what brings you here? And they start coming in, and actually we're at time, so I don't want to keep us too much longer. So we'll just go ahead and pick up there at the for next session. And you all can figure out what's going on with these gnomes, let them know what's happening, and then see what they might have to offer in the way of potential aid for your ultimate quest to deal with the dragon. Now, one thing I will say, now that you guys are here, that you do notice that there are two little islands out here. There's this island here, and there's this island here, and both of them are just thick with enormous mushrooms. These mushrooms here appear to be kind of reddish. Some of them are red with like yellow spirals or stripes on them, and others are yellow or red with yellow spots. And then over here you have mushrooms, most of which are blue, but some of them are also the red with the yellow spirals on them. And each mushroom looks like it's probably about as tall as a gnome, and has a cap that's the size of like a large shady hat. So like the brim of like a big floppy wizard's hat or something. So they appear to, well, you don't know.
A bunch of disguised gnomes.
Maybe. Yeah, those mushrooms didn't appear to be doing anything, so they weren't moving or they weren't dancing or they weren't anything. So,
Okay, I guess we'll just save till
Yeah.
next time investigating those or asking about those. So.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, thank you all for coming out and playing tonight. And I have been DM Gallibond, and this has been the Dragon at Icespire Peak. And we look forward to seeing you guys again next week. And we will pick up our adventure there. All right, everyone. Have a great night and a good week.
You too. Thank you. It was fun.
Thank you.